Well, what happened? How's it going, everybody? Little technical error here. Let me see what's going on. There we go. I don't know why it was doing that. But we are back for more Comfort Food RPG. This is Secret of Mana on Super Nintendo. Excellent game. If you haven't played it, one of the great action RPGs from Square's golden age, really. And here we are. We've got our sprite character who we named Green. And we've got our main hero whose name was Red, of course. I believe we explored this whole village yesterday. Oh, sweet sprite child of mine. Is that how that was supposed to go? Mr. Shantz, how are you? Thanks for coming in again today. I hope you're enjoying the Papa Leaf. I heard about the kingdom. It's too laid back there.
Yeah, my son Dialog's too busy to visit me.
Oh, yeah, we did do this yesterday. You never call, you never write. That's right. Wesley, hopefully you're doing okay. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay. Our boy Randy, I'm sorry, Red got stuck there for a second. Can we go collect the girl now? Is that how it works? It's been a long time since I played this one. I'm gonna guess that we can. Now that we picked up the sprite, I have not gone into the underground palace just yet. What game before? How are ya? My favorite RPGs? Well, I'm glad you like this one. It's one of mine as well. It's certainly my top 10 RPGs for the system. You're hanging in there, Mr. Shantz. I'm glad so. That's all we can do some days, right? I know with a newborn, that's all you can do. Like sometimes that is a job. What game before? Thanks for coming in. How are you? Long time no see. I hope you've been well. The A to Z of SNES RPG. It's going good. It's going good. I was on a fairly long break. And it's nice to be back. I needed a refresh, so we started this game yesterday. And I had not played it as part of the series yet. Played through it a bunch of times before. No. That's actually not true. Okay, hang on. So I actually I've never beat this game as a kid. I beat it for the first time a couple of years ago. And one reason for that is I always get stuck at the same part. The part with the forest that has the different seasons in it. I always get stuck on that part. And so, yeah, it took coming back to as an adult to beat this. But I still have, maybe 8 or 9 games left. And then I will have finished every SNES RPG. Now, with the future of the book up in the air and everything, like, what happened, I don't know if I'm going to continue streaming after that or move on to another consoles RPGs. I don't know. Right now, that's all I can do to just kind of think about the day. So today we're playing Secret of Mana. That's the full explanation. Sarge, how's it going? Thanks very much. And thanks for all the support, too. I appreciate it. You were very kind to me. Let's see. Sam, I got all the way to the end fortress. The kids couldn't get through it, being it's on my bucket list. Oh yeah. Okay, so you haven't beat it before? I mean, you made it further than I did. I didn't even get all the way to the final dungeon. I just couldn't get through that forest section for whatever reason. I don't remember because obviously that was from childhood. Oh yeah, getting those sweet level ups. Right now, somebody who remembers this game really well may chime in. We're gonna try and get a hold of the character Blue. We named her, and continue her quest now that we've secured the sprite. That was actually me and Final Fantasy VI for the longest time. And I do have a short horror story on that. Round about 2000, I had finally gotten to the end of Kefka's final dungeon on Final Fantasy VI. And before that, as a kid, I had always started that game and never finished it for whatever reason. But then, I don't know if we can recruit the girl right now. Maybe. Again, somebody who knows this game real well may know. But anyway, I'd never beaten it, and then around 2000, I finally got up to the final dungeon, and I saved right before the final boss, and I was like, all right, this is it. And I got up to get a drink of water, and I tripped over the controller cord and pulled the Super Nintendo out of the cabinet. Falls crashing to the ground. Obviously, it, you know, the console unplugs and everything like that, and I was like, oh shoot. So, you know, fingers crossed, no corrupted save. I put it back in, and it had wiped all my saves. So yeah, so much for that. I want to check one more spot here. And I didn't touch that game for quite a while after that, as you can imagine. No, that's it. Didn't understand grinding as a kid, so when I got into the end, I was underleveled and couldn't keep. Oh yeah, yeah. It's kind of a tough concept to nail down, right? As a youngin', the concept of grinding. Once it's like clear or explained to you, grinding is your difficulty gauge. How you adjust the difficulty on an RPG. Having a hard time? Just do a bit more grinding. Stack the there's nothing up there. Stack the odds in your favor, the variables, you know. Let's see. So I don't know. We might have to complete the sprite's entire quest here first before we can recruit the girl again. I could probably look it up real quick. It's been too long, and I usually every single time I want to say I get the sprite second. So, I guess in third place. So getting the girl in the second place first. What am I saying? Getting the girl first, then the sprite after that is usually what I do. But this time was, we'll try this. So, I don't think she's around. We can go check out the witch's castle. Is the audio coming through okay? The controller's really noisy today. It's just squeaking and creaking over here. Getting old. Everything's getting old. Yeah, she's not around here. Oh, hello. Oh, nothing. I thought she was standing there. Okay. All right. So we will go up to where the sprite needs us to go. That's going to be down here, I believe. Yeah, this is right. Also not sure about weapons on this game. I don't usually min-max this one either, so I just kind of go with what I think is cool. Like, I really like the bow here. There's probably a group of fans who have figured out kind of what the optimal... If there are optimal weapons in this game... Whoops. Did not see him. I imagine that everybody just kind of goes with their favorites, though. You know, so... For me, that's usually Knuckles with the girl, and Monosword with the boy, and the bow with the sprite. And then you kind of mix it up later on. You know, you eventually might get your weapons all leveled up and call it good at that. See if we can charge this up. We can do one charge. Not much difference, though. Monosword is where it's at right now for that sweet DPS. It's kind of hard to aim this sometimes, though. Oh, double kill. I don't know. Every time I think the flowers get me, I think they're a real flower. Which they are. They're just, you know, a really attacking flower. They're not the kind that are nice. He's just tearing face much faster than I can take these down. Okay, there's Kippo Village. So from here, I think we need to go north. I do like this track. That was yesterday when I shared that I was going to be playing this game on X. Most people mention the soundtrack as a favorite. And you can see why. It's an excellent soundtrack. Here we go. What's the sign say? Haunted Forest. That's where we need to go. Early health management? I think so. It's a very... Oh, that's a guy. It's a very restrictive inventory system. You know, you really don't have a lot of space. And then I believe you've got chocolate and there we go, trying to switch characters. You've got chocolate and candy for HP healing early on. But you really can't carry many, you know, so let's see this guy. A witch lives up ahead in the haunted forest. Some poor girl went in there alone, oh dear. Maybe I do get the sprite first. I don't know. Having a hard time remembering right now. Oh yeah, that is nice. Let's check the action stats here. Yeah, no, he's good. Got wiped. Oh, okay. Well, I hope it actually does help you. I've always said I'm not one to min-max or try and talk about too many tips and things like that. I find myself not really excelling in that category. But this yeah, so I all that to say, I don't know that I have any tips to offer you. I would say stick with a specific weapon, you know, for starters, and go from there. See, look, his health is already going down, and that's way too much health recovery right at the start. You're gonna take fire. Okay, so here's where I usually will switch, because you can just take care of these guys a little easier. It's all about that bow. Bow. Oh no, he got me. What are we looking at for equipment? Not much. I should probably get some equipment for the sprite before we head on through here when I do that. You know, it's funny though, talking about RPGs where you get stuck or you couldn't beat it for whatever reason. It's interesting to me what even hit me there. It's interesting to me that different people will get stuck at different spots. So I was talking with an individual today who said they got stuck in Breath of Fire 2. And I think it was about an hour into the game. But this was years and years ago, to their credit. But and that was, for me, that wasn't something that I ever got stuck on. And yet, say this game though, this is one where I've gotten stuck more than once. Definitely. 2 days running. Yeah, we're on a streak, right? Yeah, that's a lot of HP, and that's where I think we definitely gotta we're gonna have to get some gear for him. Sarge says it's been a long time since I beat this. Try the PS4 remake and it was fine. Stop playing it. Not too far in. Yeah, I have the PS4 remake, and you know what? I thought about playing that version instead of this version because I'd already beaten that one. Oh well. But is he gonna be able to come up here? Oh yeah, so that's something that this game could have done better, right? They just have the character warp to you if it's computer controlled, or even if it's human controlled, just have a button to warp to the main player. But yeah, the PS4 remake, you know, I heard it was okay. I wish that if they're going to take a time to do a remake, you know, fix a couple things, hit boxes, maybe restore some of the stuff that was cut in localization. And then just overall, I kind of think that look is really ugly. And that's a personal aesthetics thing, obviously. But yeah, not a huge fan of like the plastic dolls kind of look. Stuck forever at Vampire Stage and Illusion of Gaia. How's it going, Wasey? You know what, though? That's a hard fight. The vampire boss fight in Illusion of Gaia. What is it? You got to fight 2 of them simultaneously on like a grid? Yeah. I know Trials of Mana is better received. It's tricky. There's always a lot of debates around remakes. Understandably, because generally they remake things that people care a lot about. And so it's like, if you don't put in enough effort into a remake, it can be bad. But then if you know, kind of overdo it and all of a sudden you've got, you know, a completely different game on your hands, that's not great either. Let's see. I guess we'll get this. I thought that there was... Maybe it's in the dwarf village. So we're going to go ahead and go down there just so we can hear that excellent music again. Let's see. Yeah, that's a decent boost. That's a so-so boost right there. I do love these menus though. They're not always easy to navigate or know where it is that you want to go, but really rad. Really rad. Oh, that's better. Power Wrist. Okay. Yeah, and I feel like Trials of Mana was probably better received just because... Oh, I mean over here, just because people were less familiar with it too, you know? But the Secret of Mana remake definitely felt prototypical to the Trials remake, which I played a little bit of and quite liked it. I can't remember why I discontinued playing it, but for some reason... oh, did it have bad music? The Secret of Mana remake? I'll have to go check that out. It's a shame because this is such a legendary game. You know, so to see it get a so-so remaster is just a little sad. So I'm on board with the HD 2D version of Chrono Trigger. Oh my goodness. You already know the answer to that. Yeah, there's you know, anytime Yuji Horii sneezes, then we get a bunch of internet analysts who are like, Yuji Horii confirms HD 2D remake because he sneezed and it kind of sounded like he said HD 2D. But Yeah. Like if it came out, here's where I'm trying to settle. If it came out, like, yeah, I'll just be happy with what we got. You can't get everything you want in life. But is it my preference that they just slap the HD 2D on everything? Or certainly on Chrono Trigger? No. I always say, don't give it the Octopath Traveler treatment, give it the Chrono Trigger treatment. How about you make it look unique? Worthy of a game that is unique itself. CDI Arcade, how are ya? Yeah, a new game would be cool. You know, we're in remake culture right now, so that's just the way it goes. Everything gets a remake. You get a remake, and you get a remake. CDI Arcade, I'm glad you're doing good. Thanks for coming in today. I hope you had an excellent holiday and or holidays coming up. You know, whatever it is that you celebrate. And if you don't celebrate anything, well, happy end of the year to you anyway. And if you don't observe the Gregorian calendar, well, happy whatever day it happens to be for you, wherever. Let's see. Those are kind of all the same, right? Chrono Trigger still figure we're gonna sell anything will hit that bar. Real fear is that they wouldn't be confident about the game's length and the pattern. Yeah, that's the. It's hard to put it in terms of fear. Oh my gosh, this song. It's hard to put it in terms of fear for me. I'm trying to work on distancing myself emotionally from consumer products. You know what I mean? But there's a lot that means a lot to a lot of different people, understandably. No, not that one. Oh yeah, no, it is this one. Okay, and then I think that's it. Oh, this right here. This is what I needed. I guess I just what I needed. And let's get the heck out of here as soon as we can. Let's see. Okay, I gotta get out of here, then I can read chat. It's it's so hard to concentrate with this music. Okay. Good. Go, 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 go. Climb the stairs. There we go. There we go. Anyway, distancing myself from consumer, like if it comes out, it comes out, right? The original game, on the one side, the original game will always be there. On the other hand, I always say, you only get one legacy. Have I seen remakes turn people off from the much more quality original? Absolutely yes. I've seen people write off various things because of a remake, which is real unfortunate. Seen it happen to Final Fantasy VII. I've seen it happen to Cowboy Bebop, which that to me, I mean, that's my favorite anime. So like, somebody's like, I saw the Netflix one, I'd rather not see the original, and like nothing you can say to change their mind. Like that really stinks, you know. So like I say, you only get one legacy. Yeah, the original will always exist, but it's also, you can see how we can't reach that. You can see how a remake might eradicate somebody's interest in the original. Hello, Mr. Thou. How are you? You have the dwarf song in your head? Yeah, you came in at just the right time. I had to book it out of there as soon as possible, though. You definitely don't want that song stuck in your head. CDR Arcade says, I can never distance myself from consumer products with the name of my team. That makes sense. Yeah, if it's your job. If it's your job. Yeah, I just mean on like an emotional level with like, you know, fandoms and stuff like that. So trying to work on dispassionate interaction with things that I'm passionate about. Because passion's great. Too much passion, you get into zealotry and stuff like that. That's not fun. Maybe write it, even if they remake the original, everyone believes in remakes and remasters. Capcom with Breath of Fire. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, there's so many dead IPs. There's really nothing to say about it. It's just, that's the way it goes. And then these days we got to talk about testing the market and stuff like that. There's just so much. Let's see. Just media illiteracy, the works are different from each other. Yeah, I mean, which again, I mean, we know that, right? But like if somebody's just a casual consumer, you know, and say the Cowboy Bebop Netflix version turned them off, then they're like, I don't really have any interest. Because the thing is, realistically, everybody only has so much time to watch or consume something. So at a certain point, they just can't consume anymore, you know, and you gotta come on, get me stuck. Take that, Chobin. Let's see. What if a compilation of Chrono Trigger, Radical Dreams, Chrono Cross with a director's cut Dream Team commentary hidden at Dev Room? I would love that. I think remakes that include like behind the scenes type stuff, that's what I'm really interested in seeing. I really wish we could get away from this idea of, oh, we need to remake games because the graphics are old, and we should remake games to sort of release new and interesting development footage. That would be pretty cool. At this stage, just gotta get the timing down on these two. It's easy to get hit in this area, that's for sure. Okay, let's see. But yeah, I would definitely be interested in something like that. I think it's really cool to when a game that isn't normally or hasn't been released. Oh my gosh, the sprite. Overseas gets an overseas release. So you mentioned Radical Dreamers, that getting paired with Chrono Cross. That's really cool. We can play the original, and I bought consoles and we'll play the original every time. The closer I can get to that first experience, the better. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. There's an argument, you know, remakes are valuable for the accessibility purposes, you know, like not everybody's going to have the original hardware, and original hardware breaks down, all that stuff. But that's where I think authenticity is really helpful. Because if the remake is so different that it's not like the original, then you didn't do any job preserving anything, you know. Gearing up for the New York Toy Fair. Oh, that's cool. I don't know anything about that. Is that a big, huge event? Games that really need remakes or games that are so close to being great but have flaws that keep them from going. Yeah, there's a lot of opportunity to, you know, like, say, again, Secret of Mana. Like, for me, you know, a couple things like the character getting you stuck, you know, just warp them to your main character if they're computer controlled. The hitboxes in this game always irritate me. That would be something I would see, hey, look into fixing that. Or repair some of the stuff that was busted with localization. Okay, so let's see. We're going to want to buy... I guess let's get another one of these. Oh, that is expensive. But we're going to need it to revive, what's his face here. I might consider switching to the sprite too if he keeps getting destroyed. Save him a game. In Nindo? Oh my gosh. I mean, I could just see them taking the premise and making a whole new game, you know, rather than trying to remake that thing. Which it seems like Koei did, you know, they tried to just make the same game over and over again. Somewhere, somehow, Ninja is upset that I just said that. Two biggest toy shows in the U.S. Oh, that's cool. Oh, here she is. Oh my gosh. See, stuff like that. Like, just friggin' baloney is what that is. Really would like to not get hit right now. Oh, you. I don't remember this fight at all. Gut instinct is don't die. Is stopping them from healing, but focusing all the damage on one. It's just really hard to... Oh my gosh! If the lady over here would do something... let's see. Makes you think more... Yeah, oh, for sure. Making money on the IP. And making money is the reason why we don't see remakes for certain old games at all. There's just no money in it, you know. And I'm always one to say, you know, fundamentally the business needs to be interested in making money because that's how they make games. It takes money to do so. Okay. Oh, look, how cute. Coochie coochie coo.
Hey, stop that. Hey, Red, you've got to help me. Oh, this thing's pinching my cheeks.
Hey. Oh, that's it? Okay. We gotta switch characters here. Oh ho! I knew you'd come, thank you. Okay, let's go. We have to save Dialek. Blue joined again. Boom, baby. Okay, and she has got... I can't tell which character I'm looking at here. Still can't tell. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna go back for that kung fu suit. Did you get stuck on the two wolves? Which explains why they keep remaking Final Fantasy over and over and over again. Like, guarantee you will always see remakes of Super Mario games, Pokemon games, and Final Fantasy games. But yeah, it explains why we generally don't get too many high-profile remakes of some other things here. There we go. Let's see, what is her, oh no, yeah, she's good. Okay. There we go. Same with ports of obscure IPs. Watch a video about that. Only publishers don't care because most won't make the money or the rights to it. Yeah. The legality, too, is another underrated aspect of it that I think most people don't think about. Oh, okay. We just need an axe. There we go. Oops. Switch back here. So, you know, what I hear a lot is, you know, people will say things like, you know, why doesn't Square or Nintendo or Sega just port everything, every single thing? And I'll ask people if that's actually what they mean, you know, because you gotta know what people mean before you respond. But you know, if people actually mean, say, why doesn't Nintendo port every single NES game to Nintendo Switch Online? The clear answer is they definitely cannot do that. There's all kinds of licensing issues. I mean, imagine the licensing on the Yonoid game. Oh, I healed the wrong character like a dummy. There we go. Individual rights. Yeah, just look at how, say, Mega Man Legends, for instance. Mega Man Legends is an amazing game, and you wouldn't think that there'd be any complex licensing issues with that, except there was a real-world Japanese energy drink inside that game that was preventing it from easily being re-released. So they had to figure all that stuff out. That's all the businessy stuff, you know? Oh yeah, we need a whip to get through there. We need a whip. Mario. Siren Song, how's it going? Hello, hello, hello. Long time no see. I hope you've been well. Thanks for coming in today. As you can see, we're playing through the great Secret of Mana. Excellent game. Really enjoy this one. This is a comfort food game. Just wish they redid Mario 3. It's been a while since we got a Mario 3 remake, isn't it? They had to have done like a Mario 3 remake on what is that? 3DS? Right? No? Maybe not. No, they did one on Game Boy Advance, but that was a while ago. Now that game's perfect. They did All-Stars. Oh yeah, way back on the SNES, right? For Super Mario Brothers 3. Pay someone to dig in there and move it. Yeah, it costs a lot of money up front, for sure. You got to go through all that legal. And legal stuff ain't cheap. So my plan right now is to just make it through this one game. I don't know. Because again, like I'd mentioned, everything's kind of up in the air with the book right now. I'm really not in a mental space to make plans, I guess. So I would like to finish Ultima 6 on stream, because I made it so far into that game and I was enjoying it too. So I would like to finish Ultima on stream, but for now we're just playing Secret of Mana. How's it going? Can't wait for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe to become Lost Media because they can't get permission from Mercedes-Benz. Yeah, the good news at least is that there's physical versions of that, so it's not like they can just delist it and then it's gone forever. That would be a shame. Great game, that. Is there really Mercedes in there? I cannot remember that. Oh, that's what we had to do. Okay. Well, yeah, SMB 3 on NES is a masterpiece. I like All Stars okay, but there's some slight differences that I don't like so much. I don't care for all of the music remixes, for instance. I think the NES music is better in some examples. Not all of them, but some of them. Like in Mario Brothers 1 on All Stars, they put like a in there, like a really beefy, and that's not yeah, it doesn't sound the best. Oh my gosh. Come on, y'all. This one guy is like the bane of my existence. This sniper that they got camping right here. There we go. What weapons do you folks usually use on these three? This is probably my normal setup, is knuckles, bow, and sword. Going vertically there. And third strongest mole, I didn't properly greet you. How are you? You know, over the Thanksgiving break, I visited my brother and was explaining the third strongest mole joke to his kids. So that was a lot of fun. You know, it's like each of them won twice, lost twice. So for each of them, they think they're in third place. It's a great little joke. And then actually, my eldest is playing through Earthbound right now. He found it on NSO and decided to just start playing it. And he's made it pretty far. He just got through Threed by himself. I haven't had to really interact or anything. He's the perfect age for it now. So that's a lot of fun. Actually, I looked up. I was playing, I think I was playing Mega Man X, and I look up, and my youngest is playing Zombies Ate My Neighbors, and My oldest is playing Earthbound, and I was like, you know what? Sometimes you realize you're a good parent. Let's see. I feel like there were some card reader levels added. Oh, yeah. I'd heard about that. I hadn't played it. Oh, I appreciate you thinking of me during all this. Thanks, Sarge, very much. The encouragement has been super great. Yeah, I do too. I think getting back on the horse will help. It's why I pushed myself to get back to streaming. There were a lot of days where I was just, doing the whole like binging, just like I started The Walking Dead, which I'd never seen, and I was like, do I really want to go down this road of watching that much television? I actually don't even like television that much. But for a month there, I wasn't even playing video games. I just was doing nothing. So yeah, this is good. It's good to get back at it. It's good to interact with the world, kind of get out of my own head, that sort of thing. And so thanks for being here, to interact. Let's see. Yeah, I think I prefer the NES Marios over the SNES ones as well. Same, but boomerang instead of bow. Nice. Sword whip boomerang. Difficult to explain a joke at best times. Oh yes, and that joke is a little difficult to explain, but they got it. Yeah, he beat Master Belch using some bottle rockets. I didn't have to explain anything. Every once in a while he gets stuck, and I have a copy of the player's guide that they released with Earthbound, complete with the scratch and sniffs. Still work, believe it or not. So he's been using that. I'm trying to give them the old classic education, if you like, where they get to go ahead and use a strategy guide if need be, if you get stuck. He did at a part where I usually get stuck, which is trying to trigger the sequence to get kidnapped in Threed. I always forget how to go about doing that. You know what I should have binged is X-Files, one of my favorite shows. Stranger Things, I think I saw season 3, and at that point I was like, all right, I think you guys are just doing the same thing over and over. But I did like season 1 and 2 of Stranger Things. So, saw some of that. In general, television seems really formulaic to me in how they go about constructing episodes. So it's not something I always enjoy watching. But every once in a while, I'll find a show that I really, really love. I don't know that I would have totally ever gotten into Walking Dead. But I watched a couple episodes and I was like, this is okay. This is okay. Every once in a while... Oh, I got moogled. See, look at that. It is a Final Fantasy. Great spot to do some grinding. Just like that. Now, I might be out of... I always want to say cup noodles. No, we got one more cup wishes. Seize the Reaper. It's a nice way to get around a unique localization problem that I think they had back then that they don't really have today. Localization back then, of course, was concerned with helping the games be appropriate for and appeal to children. So softening some of the more gruesome things. Yeah. Like, I don't know, because I've never seen Dragon Ball Z in Japanese, but I assumed that I'll send you to another dimension is now I'll send you to hell instead, and they just decided not to have a character say that on a show that they were marketing to kids in the States. That's a weird one. Pearl and Holy. Yeah. I get it. I get it. I wish they'd picked like Halo or something like it, because Pearl like doesn't make any sense at all. That's one that I'm like, come on, like you guys could have tried a little harder than that. It's about getting this guy. No, it's been moogled. Oh darn it! So I'm gonna have to start heading back. We just got Pinky over here taken out. Some beautiful animations too in this game. Nobody's really mentioned that yet. Some excellent animations in here. Probably Pearl because of the visuals. Oh yeah, it looks like pearls swirling around. Don't go into hotel rooms. Yeah, I had to explain to my son how to trigger that sequence. And I was like, it seems a little strange to be explaining this to a youngin', you know, that like, hey, you have to find a strange woman and follow her into a hotel room. But yeah, you trigger that sequence doing that way. So, okay, we are going to, I'm going to backtrack. Need a few more levels and things like that. And I'll go ahead and pick up the Kung Fu dress as well. That's back in the Kipper Village, I believe it is. Something like that. Yeah, it's wonderful too. It's really great. Really good. Oh, come on. Oh, here I was like, what? Like, why isn't the girl attacking? Oh yeah, because she's dead. Of course, you're like fighting ghosts and stuff like that in this game, but when you get a ghost, they can't fight. That doesn't seem fair. Oh yeah, go green. And then there, you know, on localization, there's all kinds of weird choices for character names that they made, either because the character limits, you know, too much text, or you know, they wanted to change the name so it wasn't like a religious reference. Seventh Saga had that. I believe. This is all operating on memory. I don't have the stuff right in front of me. Gorsia was Satan in the Japanese version. When you see him, he's like in chains and frozen from the waist down. So it's absolutely a Dante's Inferno reference. But you lose that with a name like Gorsia, which doesn't really... I don't think that means anything. Like, just replace it with a vaguely evil-sounding Dark Lord name. The Dark Lord Gorsia. Okay, now... I think we'll wait to get back to the village before we're trying to do all this here. Oh man, you just get like stun locked. Would be neat if they'd programmed the character with the sword to be able to chop down these flowers for you. There we go. And the bow levels up conventionally like all the other weapons too, right? I'm pretty sure. Okay, it's not too far of a hike from here back to Kipper Village. So we'll head out in that direction. Get ourselves a little sleep at the inn and purchase some extra equipment. Kung Fu dress, I believe, was at the village. If not, then we'll have to check in the dwarf village. Oh, what's up, 8-Bit Steve? How's it going? This is your favorite RPG of all time, really? Did I know that? I think you told me that before. I'm surprised it's not an NES game. Now this, for those of you that don't know, 8-Bit Steve, this guy is the real deal when it comes to NES stuff. If you got any NES related questions, this is the guy to ask. Speedrunner, you played them all yet, right? You're like working through playing every NES game, something like that. I don't want to, you know, speak for you or anything. I believe you said that. But what would be your favorite RPG on the NES, though? If this is your favorite RPG of all time, what's your favorite RPG on the NES? I don't know that there's a ton of great choices. There are some pretty cool RPGs on the NES, but not a lot. Okay, now let's see here. Yeah, there we go. Kung Fu dress. And then definitely gonna want a bunch of these. Oh yeah, they're like half price here. I'm gonna fill up. I think you carry 5? No. Some candies. Oh, this is cheap and affordable. And then medicinal herb, I think that's for curing poison. Okay, never mind. Dragon Warrior 3-4 and Final Fantasy 3 personal choices for NES RPGs. A lot of fans of Destiny of an Emperor. I've yet to play that one myself. You know, if we're including roll 'em ups, River City Ransom on NES is amazing. That's one of my favorite RPG hybrids, really, on the NES. But I wasn't one, like, I didn't grow up playing Final Fantasy 1 or, oh, that's huge right there. Glad we came back for that. Or like, I didn't play Dragon Warrior as a kid. None of that. So Zelda 2 is really good. Zelda 2 might be my favorite RPG on NES. I wish I could get I wish I could get through FF1 on NES. That is a buggy game. It's really buggy stuff. Okay. We can't get the whip yet, right? You have to get it in the castle, I think. Yeah, what's up, Top Hat Skull? How are ya? Long time no see. I hope you've been okay. Oh, Steve might be in a spot where he can't respond right now. Steve, if you can hear us and you're able to respond, what do you think are the best NES RPGs? I'm telling you, this guy knows the NES. Oh, Crystallis. I tend to think that the action RPGs on NES are better than the turn-based ones. Crystallis, Zelda 2, River City Ransom are great. It is everyone's favorite controversial figure, Randy. Randy from Secret of Mana, everybody's favorite. Yeah, the author of the world's most controversial RPG book right here. How's it going, New Age Retro Mage? Welcome. Thanks for stopping in. Does Paperboy count as an RPG? I don't know. Does it have... You know, there's a book that actually breaks down a good way to define an RPG. You should check that out. Does it have character progression? That's a big one. Like, if it does not have character progression, that's intrinsic and incremental, then I would seriously doubt it's an RPG, right? So like, you know, not like Zelda 1, just, you know, picking things up off the ground. But is there a guy in here? I can't know. But the character itself actually improving over time. But I don't remember Paperboy. Baron here as well. All the good people coming in today. How's it going, Baron? Welcome to the stream. We're talking about NES RPGs right now. What are your favorite NES RPGs? I would say Crystallis, Zelda 2. I would count River City Ransom as a roll 'em up hybrid. Good to see you as well with my mind. Yeah, you do need to. I don't know if he is available to chit chat right this second, but you do need to talk with 8-Bit Steve. It's one of the people that I would consider an absolute expert on the NES. He has written guides, on strategy guides on NES games. I've got one of his for, I think it was Fester's Quest. So yeah, he's at that level where he can write the guides for it. The Technos Brawlers. RCR is one of my favorites. Hells of Combat feels so good. It does. So what I mean by roll 'em up is a term I would love to popularize. And someday in the history books, they're going to say Moses Norton, controversial author, coined the term roll 'em up. So an RPG that's hybridized with a beat 'em up is a roll 'em up. R-O-L-E, like role play. M up, roll 'em up. Some examples of that would be River City Girls. Really good game if you've not played River City Girls. Knights of the Round and King of Dragons on the Super Nintendo. Dragon's Crown, another really good game, Vanillaware game, where there's character progression in an RPG style format, but it's hybridized into a beat 'em up. Earthbound Beginnings, yeah, would definitely count. Oh yeah, he's got a Jaws one. Fester's Quest is a tough game. To the richer clientele to deliver newspapers by avoiding murderous dogs and lawnmowers. So I've never heard Paperboy count as an RPG. I don't know. Somebody else will have to figure that out. I'll play it someday. Scheherazade. That's Scheherazade. Scheherazade? How do you pronounce that? Yeah, same here. I've got the 2-pack, River City Girls 1 and 2. And again, I thought those were really, really, really good games. Like I was kind of blown away at how good they were. So I have not played 2 just yet, but I really should at some point. Scheherazade. Oh, there you go. Kneel before Scheherazade. Scheherazade. Okay, got it. I popped into somebody's stream once and they were playing Scheherazade and I was like, Scheherazade. And then even worse, the font that they use on the cover of Scheherazade, it's impossible to pronounce. That's the kind of ballsy thing that they just would do back then. Like today, you can't even. It's be hard to imagine them putting out like a major game, you know, that with like an impronounceable word for its title, and then it's in like a font that you can't even read. Okay, we're gonna go around because this is taking too long. Come on, you guys. Oh my goodness. Come on now. Alright, let's switch here. Switch it up. So, who was asking me? I think it was what game before. Earlier, you were asking for tips in regards to this area. I would absolutely say make multiple trips if you need to for the extra experience points. Make sure you've got everybody up to their current equipment, and max out on that. Otherwise, Sprite Boy is gonna get hit like for twice his health, or for half his health. Dan, how's it going? All you lovely people, and you too, Red. Oh dang! See, not just the most controversial author of the year, but the ugliest author of the year. How's it going, Dan? It's a heck of an entrance. Ron Williams managed to get through Scheherazade, and Friend Like Me is amazing. Scheherazade. Yeah, it looks more like Scheherazade than Scheherazade, but Scheherazade certainly sounds more elegant. You know? So there's that. I like that. Let's see, what else is good on NES? I like Dragon Warrior 1. I think Dragon Warrior 1 is excellent. I would put that game well above Final Fantasy 1. How Final Fantasy became such a successful franchise based off of Final Fantasy 1 is beyond me, considering how good Dragon Warrior 1 is. But them's history. Yeah, I think so. Ninja Gaiden, yeah. I always pronounced, oh, no, that's not my fault. I was going to say I always pronounced it as Raiden in Mortal Kombat, but they actually say his name as Raiden, don't they? And, yeah, so that's not my fault at all. And then when I played Metal Gear Solid 2, I was like, wait a minute, it's Raiden? Oh, no. I look like an idiot in front of my younger brother. And occasionally my mom when she walks into the room. Let's see. Still enjoying the book. Taking my time going through it. Absolutely. Hey, thank you very much. That's very kind of you. Thank you. I have not looked at reviews. I haven't looked at any coverage for the book at all. I just haven't had it in me to look. I know there are some positive reviews out there. There are some hit pieces out there. But, yeah, not what I expected. I thought I was going to be engaging with people's thoughts on the material. So, all that to say, anytime somebody like yourself tells me, like, personally that they're reading through it and think it's cool or they have thoughts on it or whatever, then that's great. That's great. Any games in there you hadn't heard of before? I think that's one of the more interesting things to me when somebody tells me that they hadn't heard of a certain game in there before. Typically Brainlord. Brainlord is one that a lot of people tell me they had not even heard of before. You know, to no surprise, it's a pretty middling game. But there you go. But it's interesting. It's an interesting one. Some people would probably look at it and think it's not an RPG at all. But if Pokemon is an RPG, it's an RPG. Because your main character does not level up, but you collect little jade sprites that do level up. And that's absolutely the same thing as Pokemon. Which is kind of curious to see on... Oh my gosh, just trading hits here. Kind of curious to see on Super Nintendo. I think... Okay. Oh, let me catch up here. I missed a lot of stuff. Power of storytelling. I'm not familiar with that character in the book. It's been a long time since I read it. Square didn't think Final Fantasy was... Right. I had a writer once who dug into that, too. They wanted to initially call it Fatal Fantasy, right? What was it? There's more to the story than just like, hey, this is gonna not work and we're gonna go bankrupt, so let's name it Final Fantasy. There's more to that story historically. I think it was Fatal Fantasy. Something like that. And they're like, no, sounds like a fighting game. Knew of the games in there, wasn't personally familiar with a couple. Like, yeah, Brainlord's definitely the one a lot of people aren't familiar with. And understandably, yeah, not a great game. Rimsky-Korsakov. Oh, spelling. I would trust your spelling, Chance. For what it's worth, if I thought the book was bad, I wouldn't gaslight you about it being good. I just wouldn't say anything. Oh, for sure. I understand that. That's nice. I mean, I appreciate any real criticisms that people have about the book, and some people have shared some things. Where I'm like, yeah, that's true, and I would love to try harder on that next time. But it's things that are obviously like emotionally driven and personal attacks and stuff like that, you know, you just got to brush that stuff off. You should read Shance's review of the book. Hey, could you share the link for that in here? Got a great review for that on the website Video Game Academia. You should check that out. It's a good review. All the reviews on the site are positive. Yeah, and I'm like, and I don't know, but I'm like 98% positive that there's some significant curation of reviews on that website. So yeah, I'm sure not all the reviews that came in are that high. I'm quite sure that there are some very vocal people who made their opinions known. Some folks thumbs down bombing. Is there thumbs downing on the website? I didn't even see that at all. But yeah, I'm totally sure that thanks to the Blue Mage Redemption, Wasey. Totally sure that there's some review bombing going on. Fighting fantasy, there it was, not fatal fantasy. For fear of you misunderstanding my silence after Dan's comment, I enjoyed the book too. Great read to unwind after work. Oh yeah, Baron N too. I can't keep up with who bought the book and who didn't, and who refunded it and who didn't. So don't even worry about it. I'm not. I don't have the memory capacity to think, oh, this person bought the book and they didn't say anything, so they must hate it. So I can't even right now. So I appreciate that. I'll ask you the same question. Any games in there that you hadn't heard of before? Somewhat unlikely, because you have been hanging out in this chat for quite a while, and so, you know, we've covered a lot of these games on here. Thumbed up all the reviews. Wait, so there are people thumbs downing the reviews? That's funny. And all that stuff takes work too. Like, this is what a lot of people don't understand about this whole situation. There were absolutely internet slacktivists that were driving behavior in this. Like, if you're gonna have a review bombing campaign, like, you need campaigners to organize that. You need somebody somewhere going, hey, let's get our whole Discord to, you know, tear it up. Oh man, speaking of being torn up. These chairs. Now, is there a good save point in here? Yeah, internet slacktivist. Like President Obama said. And this is why cancellation is not a right-wing versus left-wing thing. Former President Obama talking about it. You know, these are people who want to make a change in their world. But he says they're not really changing anything. They're just getting angry on the internet. Anybody can do that. That's not activism. It's slacktivism. So I have nothing kind to say. I know, you know, I said, and I will always stand by the apology that I put out for the trash talking. But I will never have something kind to say about the quote-unquote activists who drove that whole thing. It's ridiculous. There are a couple of other things that I would like to address in a video eventually. I'm not ready to do that just yet. Poison needles. But when I do, I'll put that out. One of the more sinister and upsetting things, like on a personal level, that I saw is a certain creator taking credit for a charity stream that I ran, that a lot of you, I think, you know, saw and were a part of. Darn it! It's friggin' this area. The Hawaii charity stream. I think some of you were part of the Hawaii charity stream. A creator took credit for that by saying we ran that stream. We. Okay, no, that's not true. I ran it on my channel. I organized it. I put it all together. I'm the one who picked the charity, all that stuff. I'm the one who collected all the giveaway items and everything like that. People donated. We brought them all into my house. Okay, it was a solo thing that I did with help from people. But that line we ran turned into an accusation that I stabbed people in the backs for running charities for me. For me. Not for, not a charity for people, who went through the fires in Maui, but a charity run for me. Like, that stings. Like, I still wake up in the middle of the night angry about that. That's one that I'm gonna have to correct that eventually, because that's ridiculous. And I would like to do more charities eventually, more charity streams eventually, and I don't need that hanging around my head, my reputation that I stab people in the backs for running charities for me. Absolutely ridiculous. Okay, let me catch up here on chat. Yeah, people refunded. Yep. There were, yeah. And this is not secret knowledge or anything. Talking about refunds, there were people publicly saying that they gave out refunds or that they requested refunds. People contacted me with screenshots to say that they were refunding the book, not for my remarks, but for the whole royalties thing. People didn't want the book after the whole royalties thing. Let's see. Oh, just say, was this review helpful? Got it. Oh, you thumbed up all the reviews? Nice. Let's see. Suddenly buy a book and then life happens. Oh, yeah, for sure. Did any of the reviewers probably lambast you for picking the color red for your mage? Well, there were so many cooler colors. It could have been the periwinkle mage or the maroon mage. Red's not even my favorite color, too. I just think red mages look cool. Somebody said my hat makes my head look small. And yes, it does. Star Tropics. So I beat Star Tropics last year. Personally, I think Star Tropics is an action-adventure game and not an RPG, but that's just using my metric, which is the only metric I can use. It's my metric. But somebody else may have other metrics that they use by which it may classify as an RPG. I don't know. So that'll be up to them. If you've got a system for identifying it as such, that's cool. You should use that. Oh, come on. I had to come up with a system for this book. I think I never spent a lot of time with SNES emulation and enjoying thoughts on games I didn't dig into. Surprisingly fair to... what do you mean, Baron? Surprisingly fair to a Nintendo. Oh, yeah. Got it. Surprisingly fair to a Nintendo. So what I didn't want to do in this book, I did not want to... Okay. Let me just take a second here. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to talk about the book. I had to cancel interviews. I had to cancel podcast appearances. I had to cancel collaborative discussions with people over this. So I really haven't had an opportunity to talk about this book. So thank you. 3 years of friggin' work. I can at least have a few minutes to discuss the damn book. Anyway, I appreciate that. So being surprisingly fair to a Nintendo, I did not want to write reviews in this book, and I did not want to take sort of like a rage, like an AVGN style approach to some of the games that I personally didn't like. I wanted to just discuss them along, lines of their cultural impact, their historical impact, all of those things. So that meant being fair to a Nintendo. Now, I'm very clear about which games I personally loved in there. I think I take a few digs at a Nintendo, but I tried to be fair with it. Try to be fair with it, and the Lord of the Rings game as well, because I really wanted to love that game, but it's rubbish. Let's see. I bet it was because you misgendered a character. Yeah, that one of the more ridiculous accusations is that I was erasing gender nonconformity history in RPGs. Wow. Wow. No, I called the grass man a he. Yep, I did. It's a grass character. It's a plant man from a game from 1994. I feel like I interacted with a couple of those campaigners on Blues. Generally had a lot of intellectual fun. Oh, did you? Did you? As I checked out of Blue Sky, I didn't see anything that was going on out there. I understand a couple people stuck up for me there and got harassed themselves. I was not asking anybody to stick up for me. I didn't want anybody else to get harassed. Chat didn't display links. Should be able to search Video Game Academy. Oh. Let me see if I can grab that real quick. I could probably drop it in here. Yeah, there we go. There's a big old link. That's on Twitch. You could see it on screen, but yeah, just Video Game Academia. My name, Moses Norton, or the definitive book of SNES RPGs. It'll come up. It's a great review. Thanks very much for that, Wesley. I appreciate it. I think after, yeah, the charity thing's super weird. Absolutely infuriating. Thank you to Wesley. Thank you. I still need to wait on a couple things. So like I said, I had to cancel down all the way down the list. And I really did not enjoy that bit, but I would like to accept podcast invites. I just need to wait for a little bit more time to go by, and I can't mention anything more on that just yet. After the whole completionist thing a couple of years ago, people were very quick to lash out at folks who've done charity than before. Yeah, and the whole thing with me and charity, like I did this one charity event, basically, and it was for my homeland, too. That's why I picked friggin' a Hawaiian charity to donate to. But my situation wasn't even remotely similar to the completionist situation. It's basically just another content creator with private beef who decided to blast it out onto the internet, and it totally undermined financially my family and a product that I was working on for 3 years. So thanks freaking a lot for that person. Really, really underhanded and terrible thing to do. Wait, people want to pretend Lord of the Rings is genuinely good? I don't know. There probably are people out there. I think I met somebody when we were playing that game who really liked it. Let me get through this dialogue. We've come to help, huh? Where's dialogue? What? Maybe with the witch. It's hopeless. These guys seem like zombies. Just like the people in Pandora. You can bet the witch is behind all this. Are you gonna to the witch's lair? Go up to next floor when 3 people step onto platform, bridge. Platform, let's go. Let's go. Come on, Vamonos. Oh, here's a cat. Meow, I got caught. Purr. Need anything now? I do. Even though I know you're gonna dramatically overcharge me for some of this stuff. I was very cautious about it. I had a lot of fun with a couple of the more outspoken ones. Look rather foolish. Ultimately, people will stir up poop just for the sake of it are foolish. Absolutely. Initial accuser, I exchanged private apologies both ways with my initial accuser. Not naming this person so that there's no vengeance or anything like that. Yeah, I think like if you're going to say, oh, I have beef with somebody and then hang on to screenshots for years, that's just petty. I was just pointing out that people seem to latch on to the charity thing with the same energy. Oh, I understand. No, that makes sense. It absolutely does. Salutations, Linguistic Dragon here in chat. We have a CRPG expert, ladies and gentlemen. So yesterday, there was actually a question that was asked, and I thought of you, and I hope that you maybe have an answer. We'll go ahead and get one more of these. Oh, no, can't carry anymore. The question was, Would you say that Wizardry 6, I think this is the question. Would you say that Wizardry 6 is easier than Wizardry 5? I forget who asked the question yesterday. CRPG expert. Yeah, what did I say? Did I not say expert? I might have said something else. I was trying to navigate the inventory at the same time. Oh, did not expect an enemy there. Okay, really got to watch health a little better now. I love that when you can just chow through enemies really quickly. Oh, I said it without the quotation marks. Well, that's understandable. But yeah, give us some thoughts on Wizardry. Wizardry 5. And another question, I guess, for anybody who has read the book. Baron and Dan spoken up. Sarge, I think you read the book. Do you have a favorite chapter so far? A couple people reached out. They said they really liked the intro that I wrote to the book, where I kind of talk about childhood a little bit, which I appreciate. That was obviously a very heartfelt chapter to write, and kind of think about how I arrived at certain beliefs about preservation. And it really dawned on me while I was writing this book that as much as I care about the preservation of my culture in Hawaii, that's partly why how I came to care about preservation for these video games, because it's the same sort of thing. It's pieces of art history that will go away if nobody talks about them anymore, if nobody preserves kind of the information about them. Oh boy, come on. There's a bit of staggering on this game, just for like the animation and stuff like that. But overall, it's so smooth. It is really, really smooth. Okay, let's see. Here's the answer to that. I don't think the person who asked yesterday is here, but hopefully they see this. Wizardry, don't have much experience, but do know that 1 through 5 are largely similar. Yes. Made more attempts to shake up the formula. Okay, that's what I was remembering. Because I believe you'd mentioned that 1981 conventions, 1990 conventions. Oh yeah, plus reading it's time consuming. It's all good. It's all good. Wesley's such a fast reader. I think he said he read it twice already. Oh my goodness. Let's see. The intro was very good. I also enjoyed the Earthbound chapter very much. The game is so emotionally grounding in different ways. As well addressed, I guess, is the best way of putting it. Oh, thanks very much. That's very nice. Trying to ask about these games, what they're about, is really difficult for Earthbound, because it's Earthbound. I eventually kind of came up with that whole American dream thing. Life, liberty, pursuit of happiness. I think that's the opposite of what Gygas is trying to do in that game. But yeah, oh man, I do love Earthbound. I love how unique it is. When my son was playing through it recently, he got through the section where you have to get the eraser for the pencil-shaped statue, because of course you do. He was like, I don't know, what I need. I was like, well, what do you think would get rid of a pencil? And he's like, I don't know. And then I was like, well, when you find out, it'll make sense in like a really funny way. And he finds out, he's like, yeah, that was amazing. Yeah, of course you need a pencil eraser to erase pencils. There we go. Let's see what's over here. About 1/5 of the way and really enjoyed it. Thanks very much. Intro is excellent. Thank you. Chapters on 1 and 2. Breath of Fire. Very games that are very near and dear to me. A lot of heat caught for those chapters. Some things I need to fix. Some things are definitely not my fault. Some things misconstrued. But overall, I just haven't engaged with that publicly. CT 4-6 and Earthbound are catnip. Yeah, the Chrono Trigger chapter was a lot of fun to write, obviously, for many reasons. A lot of fun to design that chapter as well. And overall, I would say maybe 80% of the design in that book is my wife and I's design. But if I ever do have the chance to re-release the book, ideally it'll be more of my original design in there. Lots of changes made. Oh, we gotta watch health here. Let's see. Incidentally, I've been poking through your book myself. Really appreciate your treatment of the CRPG port specific musings and how the act of porting is a form of localization, if from medium to medium rather than language to language. Oh yeah, I don't remember writing that, but I'm sure it's in there. Those were games that I also tried to be fair to as well. It was difficult writing about, say, like Dungeon Master, kind of knowing that most people reading this book don't care about Dungeon Master. You know, like there's 3 JRPG characters on the cover, no mistake in that. But it's a really interesting piece of history, I think. You know, the oldest game to be ported to Super Nintendo. Yeah, I think you either love it or you don't for Earthbound. It just hit different for me as it would have if it played at 26. Yeah. I think that's spot on, New Age. It's difficult to recommend in some ways because of the setting, the story of the characters. But I think a lot of the best qualities of Earthbound are subtle qualities. So things like, you know, I'm gonna go back and save one more time because this boss is cruel up here, if I'm remembering right. But no, yeah, subtle things are really great in Earthbound. The comedy, the writing is obviously really good. The localization is really good. But you don't really, it's hard to like recommend a game with somebody be, oh man, they nailed the localization. You know what I mean? Like usually like, oh, the graphics are amazing or the combat system is super cool. But it's just a really beautiful, wistful, engaging, innocent, childlike game in a totally unique way from other games on the platform. Hey, how's it going, Ariel? Good to see you. Never played Secret of Mana. I heard a lot of good things about it. You should definitely check it out at some point. I hope you do. The remake is apparently so-so, but if you can't get a hold of the original, it's good stuff. Let's see. Really enjoyed Eye of the Beholder's chapters. Writing something about the writing felt very much like a chat with a friend, and content was covered very well. Thank you very much. This is the best one, I think, at least so far. You can feel love for you. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you. That's very kind. The tonality or the style of writing I know isn't for everyone. I like to have a conversational style in a book that could feel like a textbook, reading out kind of brute facts and technical details. I wanted to have something a little more welcoming. So I'm glad you picked up on that. That's great. Thanks very much. And I loved Eye of the Beholder. I thought Eye of the Beholder was really great. Would have been my favorite Western RPG on the system, if not for Shadowrun, for sure. And enjoy the Dungeon Master chapter. It's a pivotal game, CRPG-wise, which really should get around it. Yes, it is. Thank you very much. I thought Dungeon Master was okay. There was some things that were frustrating in Dungeon Master, like hitting a wall and taking damage. I never imagined. And I didn't grow up playing a ton of first-person dungeon crawlers either, so that was very strange to experience. But there's some cool stuff in that game for sure. Not impressed with Earthbound the first couple times I tried it when I was younger. Came to appreciate it much later. Well, that's interesting. What do you think? What do you think clicked for you? James, welcome to the chat. Thanks very much for being here today. Was your difficult? Was it writing about a Nindo? The hardest thing was playing and finishing a Nindo. Did I just get healed up entirely? Oh no, I just used it on the wrong character. That's all. There we go. Writing the chapter wasn't hard. There are a couple chapters that are a little more editorial, I think, and then there are some chapters that are a little more just reporting on facts. And Nindo is kind of a chapter that's more like reporting on facts. I don't think I had any like high ideas or ambitions about writing about a Nindo. I was just kind of like, here's what's in this game and this is really cool and here's why it works or here's why it doesn't, kind of thing, you know? Still can't get into Earthbound. Well, I'm glad you managed to finish it at least. It is really something I would say to fans of other classic RPGs is, in a lot of ways, it feels like a Dragon Quest clone, like an old Dragon Quest, an old Dragon Warrior, if you like. But yeah, I always say that no game is for everybody. I've met people who hate Chrono Trigger. I don't know how you could, but it's possible. It certainly is. How about some chocolates? I'm just going to fill up on this stuff because I know we're coming up on a boss here. And what do some of these other ones do? The barrel, the fairy walnut, and the honey. I don't remember what they do. This is a great track. It's so good. Okay, let's see. Royal Jam is full HP recovery. Fairy Walnut is MP, that's right. Okay. And then the barrel protects player with barrel. Do I want that? I don't know. British guy named Mage Masher. 22. That name looks very familiar. I may know this person. I would absolutely love to play the Dragon Quest trilogy remakes. I asked Santa Claus for Christmas for 1 and 2, so we'll see if Santa is a Square fan. Annie Shark, how's it going? Thanks for being here today. Are we acquainted with each other before? I could give you the whole spiel if we're not, but I appreciate you popping in. As you can see, we're playing Secret of Mana on original hardware today. This is an old favorite of mine, and I needed some comfort food in my life, so that's what yeah, right around Thanksgiving, believe it or not. So let's save one more time. Gotta be very liberal with our savings since it is original hardware. I don't know the full scope of your research knowledge on it, but did you ever try the remake? So no, I did not. I did not try the remake. This was my first time playing Eye of the Beholder, any version for this book. I would be down to play another version of it because it was just that good. I really, really thought it was great. There are some really mean-spirited things in it that I'm not a huge fan of. Things like, where you get like teleported around and warped around and stuff like that, invisible walls and things. That's always great. Okay, come on now, this guy right here. But overall, I really, really liked that game. Moogled. Always wondered if it's harder writing about a game that's just bad or easier in a way. I think it depends on what the purpose of the writing is. It's probably easier to write about a bad game if you're planning to tear it to shreds, you know? But for the purposes of this book, I actually found it hardest to write about Final Fantasy III, just because it was so intimidating to write about that game. Gotta go to a school thing. All right, PK Fire. Enjoy, Shance, and thanks for stopping in again today. I appreciate you. The only person I've ever met who isn't very pro Chrono Trigger is Ninja Temper, but even he likes it a bit. I'm sure he probably likes it more than he lets on too. But no, I have met a couple people who played it for a couple hours and then just hated it. Chose not to finish it. So yeah, there's no one game that's for everybody, for sure. We compare it to some films where the story is about kids, but there are moments, emotions you can't fully appreciate until you're older. For sure. So something that hits me harder in Earthbound now are the memories. You know, when I was like, Ness had a vision of himself as a baby, or like his dog as a puppy, stuff like that, in like the mists of time. That's really intense. DQ remakes things. Yes, the DQ remakes. Ninja was raving about the remakes. Oh, he was he? 3-3 or 6-3? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that you're sick. Get well soon. Yeah, 6-3. So we're talking about my book, the definitive book of our SNES RPG is what a long title, Volume 1. And don't miss the irony in the title too. The definitive book, and there are multiple volumes. But yeah, so the Super Nintendo 3, which ultimately is Final Fantasy 6. That's the one that we're talking about today. Okay. Let's see. What's up, Octo Rock? The man. How's it going, dude? CRT looking hot. It's looking okay today, isn't it? I think it looks pretty good. It's a little bright. I could adjust the TV's brightness if I had my remote, but it's doing all right. It's better than I could ask. I hope you're doing well. I hope you survived that initial attempt to read Silmarillion. Like I was saying to you, that's no mean feat. It took me about a dozen tries to get through Silmarillion. There's our Tolkien reference for the day. Great line in I'm sure most of you are familiar with the channel Epic Rap Battles of History. Great line in there in the Tolkien versus Martin episode where he's like, got my children making millions off my Silmarillions. Beautiful. It just rolls off the tongue. Okay. Let's see. One of my friends really doesn't like turn-based. Even he said Chrono Trigger is one of the best he's tried, never finished it. Yeah, and Chrono Trigger occupies that fun space with ATB and turn-based, right? Where you get some real time. And I know some people need that. Or Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest phenomenal. Dragon Quest fans are welcome here. I really wish. Like, here's an interesting question, okay? If you could go back in time and get them to localize one Super Famicom game to Super Nintendo, what would it be? Just one. I would pick one of the Dragon Quests and have them bring it over. Best Tetris players? Really? Annie Shark is actually enjoy watching Tetris players quite a bit. Let me pull up your channel here on Twitch, and I will see about giving you a follow and checking that out. And you are a first-time chatter, so if we're not familiar with each other, thanks for being here today. My name's Moses Norton, aka the Well-Read Mage, author, writer, editor, streamer. I do stuff. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate that. I'll send you one after I get out of here. And yeah, talking about the book that I wrote just now. Talking about SNES RPGs. My series is I'm playing through every SNES RPG, and so we're on Secret of Mana right now. I've got about 9 or so out of 47 that I need to finish, something like that. Majo Rage, how are ya? How was the stream? How did it go? Yeah, we are to the witch's castle already. We are there. I may just muscle through it even though I don't understand what I'm reading. You should. There are some, like I said, there are some really good, fairly self-contained stories in that. That like the section with the primordial spider is so good. There's some really good stuff in there. But yeah, a first read is rough. Dragon Quest V, eh? I gotta play that. Slasher, how's it going? Mother 3, for Super Nintendo? Was it on Super Famicom? I actually have no idea. Slashy, how you doing? Thanks for coming in today. We're talking about what is one Super Famicom game that you would have them localize if you had a time machine? Hatris. Yeah, it's like Tetris, but with hats. That was an official one by Pagetnov, isn't it? Stream was good. Good to hear it. I'm doing pretty good today. All things considered, we're doing pretty good today. Thanks very much. Mode 3 is terrible emulation. Oh, that's too bad. Yeah, you stack hats.
Okay, Eleni. Phew, what noisy little children. See what you get.
That's what witches sound like. Okay, least favorite battle in this whole thing right here.
Allow me the pleasure of sending you to Thanatos.
Greek for death, if I remember right. So that's how you sneak that in there through the localization. Kids don't know Greek. Dialog! Eleni, what have you done with him?
What have I done? Well, I just sent him to the ruins in Pandora. My magic doesn't seem to work too well, and I couldn't handle him. But Thanatos wanted him, so I sent him there.
Thanatos?
The head of a secret organization that intends to overthrow the kingdom.
How could you?
He's already dispatched most of the people in Pandora. All that's left is for Sir Thanatos to storm the castle from the ruins. Now, won't you be so kind as to feed yourselves to my cute little Spiky?
Not a huge fan of Spiky. Probably my least favorite boss fight on this game. I got stuck. First time I played this, I rented this game. I got stuck on this boss. Blew the whole weekend fighting this boss. Yeah, this fight right here. There's no friggin' way to, like, do anything, you know? Like, you just get stun locked, unconscious. Everybody, come on. That's all the rage. All the rage. I don't... You gotta get a spell for this, right? I didn't get a spell. There, we hit him once. Hit him again. Okay, everybody watch the health over here. Oh, come on now. He was at 37. Oh, boy. All right. Whew. Yeah, this fight. You have a favorite chapter from you, but that's an interesting question. I don't know. Probably Chrono Trigger. I learned a lot about Chrono Trigger just studying Chrono Trigger. Yeah, Terra Enigma, bring that over to the States. I don't know if I have a favorite chapter to write. The first one that I wrote does not appear in this volume. So I can't remember what was the first one. I had a lot of fun writing the intro, I think, to this chapter. It combines a lot of the things that I really am passionate about. My culture, some Tolkien in there, preservation, all that sort of thing. Cat who saves the game is named Neko. Yes! Yeah, Japanese for cat. This boss teaches you to magic spam. So I did not grab any magic. That's what I did not do. Whoops. Cause I was like, I thought you're supposed to use magic, and I just did not get it before coming here. So that's a bit of a pain. Let's see. I mean, we got plenty of heals, so just gonna try and stay on top of that. If I do not survive this fight, I am gonna go ahead and I'll go ahead and ooh. And go out and get some magic. I think we're doing okay. Oh, we did it! All right. No, I don't have Undine. I forgot. Yeah, we just beat it without the magic. Magic schmagic. You know what? Can you beat this game without magic? Like, is there a way to just not collect any of the magic on this? I don't know. There might be. There might be a way to do that. All right. Boom. You have to have it for the end boss. Oh, that makes sense, huh? There's like a little music trill right there that reminds me of Breath of Fire. We could just not use them, yeah. With my personality, if I have the magic, I'm going to have to use it. That's just, I can't avoid the temptation. But I was wondering if you could beat this whole game without actually like collecting any of the magic. That would be interesting.
Shriek, please forgive me.
That's what a shriek sounds like.
Sorry, the magical herbs that grow in this forest have withered. I've been trading the villagers for Thanatos herbs. From now on, I'll simply be a normal elderly lady and live peacefully. If you're looking for that other kid, he's at the ruins, south of Pandora. You can take what's in the treasure chest. I don't need it anymore. Orb in the underground palace? You need to use the magic of ice.
Oh, there you go.
But I don't have any more magical power left.
Well, that's not helpful. Okay. So there's a couple things. Oh, I don't need it anymore. It's just 50 GP. Oh, there's the whip. Yes. Okay, so magic is for dweebs. I mean, you're gonna say that to a mage with a straight face? I guess so. You're right. You're right. You're right. Okay, let's have the whip on here. Oh yeah, where there's a whip, there's a way. Final battle without the monosword, you can still do damage, but you need to do over 420. Oh, nice. Okay, so you're like, would you consider yourself an expert on this game? My thing with expertise is unless I write it down, I just forget stuff. I cannot remember things. So, but yeah, some people have got great memory. But a little bit of an expert, well, that's just modesty talking, I'm sure, huh? And if everything's relative, then you know, in this chat you're an expert. As I don't remember stuff like that. I only beat this game once. Played it many times. Got stuck quite a few times, but especially as a kid, but only beat it once. Okay, Dialek is alive.
Red, can you hear me? Come immediately to the water palace.
It's Luca. Oh, I thought it was Gemma. Now what's the matter? I've got to go. I'm going too. I'm worried about Dialek, but I can't save him alone. I'll go with you. In return, you can help rescue Dialek.
Yippee! I'm coming along. You can count on me.
Okay, we got the whip. Can we whip across this? No. These things look like you would whip them, but I guess you don't. I really like I love the sound effect on the whip. Like, it feels really whippy. Plus, look at the distance on that thing. Super good. Remember rarely, but when I do, you really remember. So you either rarely remember or you really remember. That's easy to remember. Will I play 3 after this? I would love to. I would love to. Somebody gifted me a repro cart for 3, so we could play it on here. I don't know. Future's kind of up in the air right now, but I really needed a refresh in life, so this is where it's at. But yeah, my series through every Super Nintendo RPG was not including, or did not include Super Famicom RPGs, even ones that got later translations or official translations, and something which I've been criticized for, but that's really just a logistics thing. If I were to include Super Famicom RPGs on my list, that's another 120, something like that. I did a whole count once. Another 120 games, so a massive addition to my list. Many of which do not even have fan translations, so I would need to come up with a solution to be able to read them, unfortunately. But that said, there are some really good ones that I regret not being able to include in this. Would love to revisit Bahamut Lagoon, the Sailor Moon RPG, the Dragon Quest, stuff like that. Learn Japanese, problem solved. Hey, let me tell you, I mean, even growing up in Hawaii, having Japanese friends who spoke Japanese, spending time in their homes where their parents spoke Japanese, even with all of that, going to the library to borrow books on Japanese, having the opportunity to speak it. I tried learning it and failed, so I definitely could not do it now, living in the southern continental United States, with nobody out here that I know who speaks. Oh yes, one is your favorite Game Boy game? That was my first RPG, Final Fantasy Adventure. Really adore that game. Or Final Fantasy Gaiden Seiken Densetsu, I think. See, I speak a little Japanese. I don't speak Japanese. That great Chris Farley skit. Where there's a whip, there's a way. Ah, yes. Octorok, you know that reference, don't you? Everybody go watch the Rankin and Bass Return of the King. That's good stuff. It's got, oh, what's his name? One of my favorites. I can't remember his name. Oh, well. Whoop it good. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Yeah, that is a good sketch. Not the sort of thing that they probably put out today, but, you know, that's a good sketch. I'll restore you. Want to save the game? Yes, I do. Okay, my friends, we're probably going to call it here, and I will pick up where we left off tomorrow. I'm going to go grab the kiddos from school. It's been a pleasure. Let me just reiterate that today you folks gave me an opportunity to talk about the material in my book, which I haven't been able to do so for, you know, since it came out, essentially. And it's been tragic to not be able to do that. So thank you very much for either being generally curious or even if you were humoring me. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Oh, tomorrow is Saturday. No, I'm not doing Saturday stream. Maybe. No, I don't know. I'll see you on Monday. Monday, 1 p.m. Central. Thanks to everybody who stopped by. Annie Shark, it was great to meet you. I'll check out some of your Tetris stuff. I enjoy watching Tetris streams. Are your streams family friendly? Because I could watch them with my kids. The kids love watching Tetris streams. Every once in a while, we'll watch a Tetris championship. Oh, cool. Awesome. So I'll check that out over the weekend. And it was good to meet you. And everybody else, it was good to see you as well. It's TNP mostly. Actually, I don't know what that means. There's a lot of things that I don't know what it means, but I don't know what that means in particular. Kids can walk home? No. Have you seen the way that some people's drive down here? There ain't no way. Yeah, it was great to see y'all again today. But hey, I will go ahead and see you folks later. So we'll see you on Monday. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.